I'm going to go back to 4 stars radio and TV. So you're that see so and then that can see a mate to me there that can see a man. Say, Mamma, enemy bra. Oh, yeah, so tight 4 stars radio and TV. What team of fire will come? Each and you're not dedicated people. Fire will time and so fire, time and so holiday pee. Of fire near. Mam Yama, Yama, Dr. Kwampa, the ex-girlfriend. Dr. Kwampa will be out of the Ghana had the one more Abba, Ghana had one. Ya di moi, on m'a dit à never say, you won't be any of the share another thing only NDC for. And then you come on, Ghana, come on, you may be NDC. Let me say, 13 May, NDC Amanukuno, about Wako, Chuapa, you video money, or 2024 election. Now, for your parliamentary candidates, Sadana on the example. Now, on what US, you be new meeting. On what one of the two say, the Ghana, the Senator, and I say a man of council, Amanukunima, waiting upon the money. And it's Mamenda or Fayawdi and Chopaya. Aquaba, the Biabocon, Mamma, Aquaba. It's an honor to meet the two of you. It's an honor to meet you. The BIA team, she had us. So we're not for a manager. You try a woman to see her. I did not talk about Mamma Yaba, Mamma, and no fire. And then NDC, now come here, you must see.
Ghanaian na African ya woti America ana Canada aya o konta do efie duane na efie niema na so wonye bie etwatwa efise wonti na Destiny International Market for African Caribbean Foods and Fabrics aba wode efie niane ahodo ene ntade bebre aba ne boso da fompa wode banche ne bode mankani brobeni kontomri ebromore banche more bayire ene fie niane bebre aba ne boso da fompa o spices ahoro ti se brekese nutmeg arediaba hintia alligator pepper konsunsa meko meswa enkuto momoni krobi kako akwabi tuna fish akosomu adwene salmon we de fie de pa wode African design tade papa emani mama de nyina wode ne nebia ba Destiny International Market for African and Caribbean Foods and Fabrics wo benya bia to a wo mfifie biomkura eno nti sa wo America na Canada na wo kwado fie ntade na fie nuane ahoro ni bibia Destiny International Market for African Caribbean Foods and Fabrics in Atlanta, Georgia. Store number 770-559-3037. Now be name Fred Destiny International Market for African Caribbean Foods and Fabrics. Our cell phone so 404-916-2835. One address here 3153 Sugarloaf Parkway, Lawrenceville, Georgia 30045 Suite 109. Destiny International Market for African Caribbean Foods and Fabric. Yen hadye etisenya wo fie na.
Ya mama kwa babio afema 4 stars radio TV so. Emedino eye Black Sam. Ya ati the radicate Black Sam. Mo amhwe dey sam ni the videos ni bi ho. Me say when there di kan ya woni ye ehim a na ma refi na follow ye on Facebook 4 stars radio TV on Facebook. So na ko YouTube a 4 stars radio 4 stars TV which I subscribe to channel on YouTube so na go follow you so hit notification bell so dey be a drop new content here nzu benya kwan na woti ahwe into aba ye mo akwaba yemra straight to your guests in the studio yeah makeshift studio
yes yes sir
Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right.
What you say?
I don't want to.
Wow, Oba, they have a team. Come say, Kevin Taylor, crime team program. Some say, Mammy, my friend. Hey, Oba, didn't they?
Papa.
Fine. Why NDC me actually?
The patron, my mammy, NDC me, my pa. and now one of the staunch executive member at Medina Market. But and we grew up knowing more of NDC, but before Rollins, and so we grew up knowing that this is our party. Yeah, Papa didn't know his EPP, so the old soldier as he is, But yeah, Mama and her interest in NDC and the developments of NDC, and then Rollins merged from the military into the civilian democracy. We followed it for a very long time. So, Rollins has been in the regime for 30 years ago. Yeah, and I love everything about NDC. Yeah, and the way they coil everybody into the affairs of the party, regardless of your background and where you're from. So, and see, I'm up with party. They don't engage you. Say we don't want to selective people or this. Okay, it's a round for everybody.
Right. We are card-bearing member of the party.
Patron. Atlanta, Georgia. Yes.
What card no US and as start?
I think I have the card because me believe my standing for like election observer as an election observer there. And that was right at the school behind us here. And those days, in fact, say I was around 18.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't think I remember I had the card here, but NDC, it's me. And
it means you've been a political activist for a very long time.
Yeah. When I was about 18 years, I started as a electoral observer. Yeah, right here. School be I volunteered to do that job. Yeah.
Wow. How long have you been a member of the NDC?
Okay, we're there.
I just want to
Thank you very much. My friend is Mianka Sano say reporter made the NDC. My friend said growing up, it's like you'll be an manage politics and I say debate TC but growing up to my friend is me starting a pie University of Cape Coast. Okay. University of Cape Coast. Madam because she and student friend last. Oh no catch him. Na me name say you will be thing. Campus. Na me actually I didn't know about that, but me will be a argument debate into na one day or catch me say oh you will take or campus until the member call. When I say okay I will follow and no I remember that he was one of the close friends who I met at University of Cape when we started level 100. The other people and I register and also register and I'm registered. That was 2010. Yeah, 2010. And I started and committee and I frame your qua. But actually, I mean, so now Mr. Rollins has growing up. We see you. My family now, most of them are.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, recently,
getting interesting.
Yes, I'm trying to bring this thing in. My uncle visited me in the US just last month.
Okay.
And my roommate knows what I do. Near the Timikachi and the place, and Kobomi political for MPP. Because of my mother from Kwawu,
Oh, okay.
And Timikachi and place, a man coca, Manu and so they don't know. If I may say, I'm one of the first distinct to be in the NDC.
From your family?
From my family side, because my mother's side in MPP before. But I know the reason why I'm in NDC.
That's why I'm coming in, because
yeah.
She grew up knowing the NDC.
Yes.
But you are from the other side.
Yeah.
What really then or is it Rollins charisma or what?
Yeah.
What did you see?
Thank you very much. The entry me into the NDC is like I started by saying growing up we see Rollins and stuff. And my mother too used to tell me a lot of stories, background about Kwame Nkrumah. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And it is nothing different from what I hear from the MPP people when they speak about Nkrumah.
Yeah.
It is nothing different. He used to tell me how Nkrumah was, he wasn't good, he was da. But growing up now, I started school. Luckily for me, I studied history. Into delving into history up to the university level, I read both political parties and I saw where I should belong, which is the NDC. And I went to NDC to a political party. And I'll born money so I'll give it right to any level. Young could be so papa free in our mammy and that I think our brass or Brenas. Yes, Brenas, be brains, we anti train Kakrania, they be him. I'm so born money, dear. You could do that, officer. That is what encouraged me to belong to the NDC, and I love everything about the NDC. Now, my son who say from my own readings, my son who say NDC is the only political party. Omoba power and so omutimi emma or minor through development and stuff is the NDC. So what I say, and I developed love for it, and I'm saying that is where I should belong.
Well, that's the story. One day MPP knew. But I'm the one day or you die in the wool NDC from childhood. One day of review, I've heard you say, me of a patron can't change him. I belong here, but it's all well and good. Now, Yambra NDC's internal politics. 13th May, Mr. Abatwo Kessie Ebebaso. Now, Mamma Maya ATO submission, 4 Stars Radio, so Daddy came. Say, Mahama. I mean, where do you stand among the 3 people? Now, 4. Now, back on Obeka, didn't cram rapidly.
Kojo Bones.
Kojo Bones. 4 for me, Beka, Finland and Babefa. The day of submission.
Businessman.
Yes. What do you see? Nipami and Sano. I'm first with you. Where do you stand among the 3? Were you executive or US member?
No.
When you're executive, you're just a Cadbury member.
Yep.
We are Cadbury, not just a Cadbury member. Right. And who will vote? Will you vote to select
for now, no. I don't know. When it comes to the time, voting is a personal thing. So I'll reserve that for now, for personal reasons.
Right.
But I would pick Mama over everybody, even against MPP, because Mama, personally, personally, like we grew up together.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I
want Madina ha.
Oh, okay.
Mama lived right behind me here.
Oh.
On Madina New Road. When he was working with Japan Embassy. Way back. And I even knew him when he was in Tesano. One of his sisters and brothers, but aside politics, I'll vouch for Mama. I'll recommend Mama, and I'll love Mama to be even my personal brother, because he's Oyenipa. Mama is a very good person. Sabi politics now, Ebi and Krofo on a different level, but that's politics. In politics, even if you're as white as gold, or people will tarnish your reputation, but he has stood up on reply certain things, on personal attacks. He's focused, and Sabi in a 3 years 2 months now, Oji Omano, he have set up a very good for Ghana, for even the youth that are coming. Say ejuma de ye de manwa eso ye no na oye na kan wo no wase for. Mama is here not just for political reasons or for his personal gain, but he's here to help Ghana. I recommend Mama anytime for everybody. I'm looking into the camera to say it's Mama all the way and nothing else.
But someone will say all 3 of them are NDC people.
Yes.
Would you say Omo Canada don't have the kind of heart Mahama? Would it be
everybody has potential, depending on what you give the person to do, and that's even to compare it with America. No, America is an open place. Obia to me, Estani, Mosha, Donald Trump, Obama the background, but he fought for what it is. The Jumama Osheson, main Kase Omomoka Hono, they are not good. But a bunny critical, and especially in this crucial time, MPP is just throwing out bullets and all those things now. It's Mama ne DNA. People have known his job, have seen his strength of discipline and what he has done for these years. So Mama will do the job, and that's nothing else but Mama.
Right, what do you think? What are your thoughts
about
who leads the
part? Okay,
yeah.
Thank you very much. Is it in Tree? Okay. What actually I would say is that, like my mother, my sister have said, you see, we have come to a point that we it's not now that we are going to say let's try somebody and try me, and so like we're rolling Akufo-Addo did. Try me. That is what I've landed us where we are.
Where are we now?
The country is in a complete mess, total mess, in disarray, of which we have to go and restart everything. Come 2025 January, you all know, you can attest to it. What I say?
I don't know.
That is what I'm telling you. Things are falling apart, and we need to restart it afresh. As it stands right now, the economy is completely depleted, broken down, education destroyed, peace destroyed, health destroyed. All the thematic areas in governance under Akufo-Addo is destroyed. We have 6 areas. We have the security, we have education, we have health, we have economy, and then we also have what do we have again? Yeah, we have about 5 of them. These are the thematic areas in governance. That every government, when you come, we give you the chance to come and rule because we want you to come and improve upon it. Yeah. But looking at this area, the thematic area that I've mentioned, Akufo-Addo have taken everything backwards about 30 to 20 years backwards. If you look at economy has been taken backwards for about 20 years because right now when we're leaving government, debt to GDP was 56. Today it is 105. Total debt was 122 billion. Today it is 575. More are coming. Can you see the difference? Unemployment situation was 5.4. Today it's 13.4.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Yeah. Inflation when we were leaving government was 17%. Today it is what? It ran to 54.3. Now they are saying it's 45. But if you are comparing 45 and 17, which one is better? So in a nutshell, Ghanaians are suffering.
In a nutshell,
yeah,
the economy is destroyed. That's what you think.
Yes. So now, I'm heading towards you. Yeah. Thank you. Right now, Mahama, we all know what he has done in the first 4 years that he came to lead this country. He has been able to provide a lot. If you come to infrastructure-wise, and much. Have you seen it? Everything, development, rules, everything that you can talk about. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Which was gearing the country to move, and he was developing the country into the extent that should they have given him 4 years more, Ghana would have been like America by now. I'm not saying completely, but at least would have lifted the country to some level that wouldn't be at the position in which we are today. Have you seen it? So he's somebody who has been tried and tested. So all those that are contested, I'm not saying they can do, but we have to go for the person that can do the job. He has done it before. Ghanaians know what he has done and he's capable of doing. As I'm speaking right now, the country where it is right now, it is only Mahama who can come and turn things around. He's our only sole redeemer who can come and redeem us from the problems and our woes that we are facing today under Akufo-Addo. So there is no candidate within the NDC who can lead us and then work as much as perfectly like John Mahama. Because John Mahama, as you look at the candidates contesting, they are all good enough, but he stands tall among all of them.
Amongst all of them.
Yeah.
Ogusu TV4 Stars Radio and TV. Mene mamiama ena wafaya amutati omukana. Ne wamwa bedu enkrai Madina na eni omutia yedi nkomo. Enti se wuti omu amunta hu omanim. Ene de bedu onima bro. De ya meka cha dedicate monye video pause now from no be
yeah.
But I know say we are still evolving.
Time goes
get
on.
there.
Exactly.
Now how long have you been back to Ghana.
To Ghana.
How long have you been back?
I may say, this Saturday coming, this Sunday coming will be 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So far, what campaigns are air cost on Mahama any campaign? Could you go to any campaign? It's also na Dr. Kwamla Dufonso any campaign. Campaign, no, is it healthy enough for you? How do you see it?
Okay, thank you very much. With the campaign, I think candidates nina omugusu a prepare move around delegates, you know. I think it has been so far well organized, and I think everybody is trying to put up his message to the delegates to influence them or let them vote for them. So, but all that I can say is that the delegates, they know it's a democracy, so we can't say Mahama should go unopposed. To me, like Mahama should go unopposed. But once we are practicing democracy, we have to open the gate for everybody to come on board. But when you go, just tell the delegates what you can do.
Is that what you are seeing among all three?
Actually, I have not been able to follow everything, but at least a little. I can see that they are moving around, telling their story. At a point in time, I read about Pampared before, who said he's the best because during the time when he became the finance minister under John Mahama, under Mills, we had the best economic growth of whatsoever. But he has forgotten that if you are the finance minister, John Mahama was the head of the economic management team, and he proposed things for you. So even if you achieve any success, it goes to John Mahama because it is through him that you were able to get that figure. Am I lying? That is how it is. Because a finance minister, you are not bigger than the head of the economic. That was when Mahama was the vice president, right? And the vice president presides over the economic management team. So the success chalk there, as Pampared before, is telling Ghanaians or telling the delegates, is Mahama's.
Well, it's a convention. It's a convention. It's not something that is supposed to be the case.
Yeah.
It's a convention that when you're the vice president, you head the economic management team.
Yeah.
And yet it's not written down saying who had the economic management team.
Yeah, it's you all the policies that are being taken there, you go through it. You have to peruse it, perusing it, and know what actually is going on. So there is nothing going on in the economic management that the vice president doesn't know. That is why we say that this mess under Akufo-Addo, Bawumia should carry it. Because he's the head of the economic management team, and all policies for the economic development is being.
What are you hearing? What are you seeing? Who's to say the campaign was healthy enough among the three contesting presidential aspirants?
To be honest with you, because of Akwencho and Jumane Ahabani, I haven't with keen eyes listened. But I believe it's a healthy one so far. Yenti bibi boni bia. But the only thing I'll tell Ghanaians is the power belongs to you. Muntie the microphone can ye. Sabi compared to here in America, no, it's the same process. Ghana, America, we go through the same process. But ubetie asama ni pakone ka ni die empuntu a odebe brewo empuntu e beba wo neighborhood no enye mama wo eye wo na wonim se mama ba obema wo nsuo mama ba obema wo electricity waye bida na obetimi aye so de chensa etino. It's about you. It's not about the comrade for Babaka. No, just because he wants to come to the limelight. Don't listen. Focus on what you're doing. Ghana for baby, I don't know. Here, you say a better mama. Na yababo swani ya dia piano china. O mine hear me because Susano. I'm saying farm milk papa bidi and ice cream papa bidi. And if you look at the kids these days, if you are any deal with school ni sana kronuma ye na brabo me ba ye me nam kwan ho me share boys no sana mo ye like handsome boys na ya na makoma ate enti mu vote abapa se mu vote aba apa no ebema saa de we nyina eso atwa abaye ni there will be a process and line for everybody Ghana ye nyina ye ho beto yen dem ase.
Very good. Now yembra ye NDC politics no ye internal elections no yembra Ghana's economy yemma wo ba ye wo fa krom wo dibia the whole world economic system no be anim say due because of certain things be rough kakra. Now wo ba ye no, how are you seeing things? Ba kakra yi, how are you seeing things? What do you think?
Mechanic say economy no are bad everywhere, but in other countries no, I would I would say we respect what we do. When you sew your coats according to your size. When you so di unim ya tutu niamemu to say here, but different. Ahano sebe me buy no ya tutu niamemu. Last year I was here, but from last year to this year no, it's too much. We 100 like 10 million crowd kujuma adia wato, and I know say yempa sebe yaba visit ye cancer and the more no bread. Na sebe kasa more bread ya no am fault because we juma na we no na fa bo bra no enu sa no you don't overspend. Ghana for ye musika no, that's one thing I've realized. Ye musika no we 50 na ko we 1 million na 100 Ghana, right? 100 Ghana na ko. We don't even value the money. It's also sikani mo soon be entire sikanechi.
100 Ghana no, I don't 100 Ghana and Accra we run Accra and so transport.
100 Ghana, is it the 10 million you're talking about?
No, 100 Ghana is 1 million.
The become about 10 million.
10 million, that's
which is like $100. Okay. If I'm holding $100, you know, I know where to shop. I know where to go. It's equivalent to America. Nyama meto egu hono. Ebe to say Ghana, but Ghana dia no, I had to say sikana kasa mabu sikana ni mutia. I don't know if the
individuals
it's everywhere because for instance. Not complaining, but there's parties everywhere, parties and funerals everywhere. Me buy maybe 2 Easter, for instance. Some of the things are the holidays are just too much.
Yeah.
The holidays are too much. It's or complaining with ministries. Say now West can do holiday 4 days, 5 days. Now a friend is saying what is the code of dress and go everywhere you want with what you want to wear, with what you want to do, be free. One kasa uye Ghanaian no, live like a Ghanaian with your spirits behind what we are doing. And no, also in America no, we value the money. And so Omo was saying something for the value. There's a saying, but there is no American obey 8 hours. I'll be for $100. Obey dinner because no, we plan for everything. Everything is systematic according to how the government is going. But we are jumping over the government, and we still want the government to take care of us. And another thing I may personally emphasize was the burden on the government is too much. Right now, I say privatize so many things. Look, America say in a hospital there are about 50 companies in one hospital. Operating in one hospital. Gatesman, it's a whole different company. And let me catch you. I say in America, even visiting a patient in the hospital, we pay to go to the hospital. Your baby said, do you want the whole day's ticket, or you want 3 hours or 5 hours?
The hospital now
you pay because they use the money for the landscaping and for the taking care of the maintenance of the hospital. But you go to hospital 37, yogurt, no way, no tonkate, no way. No, you are going to the hospital. Minimum I'm paying like $10 or $20. Even if you are going on checkup, yeah, come mammogram, we pay hospital. Ebia. Company now token because you are visiting them to pay for the and the more you spend in the hospital premises, you pay. So everything is valued for. But here we don't value. The government is doing too much for the people, and that's why the people are not helping the government. And at the end of the day, they're blaming the government.
Oh yeah. But I'm wondering, say, people are complaining, say, you clear in taxes now, the government, because a lot of taxes, just even 3 days ago, last week, approved new taxes, president, I sent it to those taxes now, taking effect. People are saying that we are paying too many taxes, but we are not seeing the value of taxes now, each year. I'm never saying, even when you go to the hospital, you have to pay to go and even visit somebody who is hospitalized in the US. What do you think
about the tax?
Are we paying enough taxes or we are being overtaxed?
Thank you very much. Mami Abba have said, yeah, but in our situation here, to be honest with you, the taxes is becoming too much. Let me just give you a background a little. You know, before 2016, before President Akufo-Addo came to power, he campaigned on NDC and Mahama overburdening the people with taxes, right? That was one of his messages across the country, that the taxes were too much. At a point in time, the vice president will come and tell us that, hey, this when I go to Malata, inflation have done that. Have you seen it? That was what I was giving you the figure for inflation by then. It was 17%. He said Ghanaians were overburdened, so they can't pay. They can't buy things in Malata, right? Today, what is the inflation rate? It went to 54, right? It means that when you go to Malata today, the price and goods and services at 2016 have quadrupled, and even it has quadrupled, right? It means that people have been overburdened, and it's all taxes, right? But if you look at this government have increased more taxes than any government, and they have received a lot. The quantum of money they have received in taxes, no government have ever gotten it under the Fourth Republic. Yet nothing to show. And this is where the problem is. They collect the taxes and they consume it. They share it for family and friends. Look at the Gangantuan family, ministers that he took. All those monies are being chunked into it. Are you getting it? So you have the money and you are using it to pay salaries, big salaries. Look at Flaster House alone. When Mahama was in government, it was 690, about 600 to 700 people in the Flaster House. Today they are over 2,000. A whole constituency have been built in the Flaster House. They are yet to get a parliamentarian from Flaster House. That is the only thing left. You see, I may sound like I'm joking, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
About almost almost about 2,000 people are working there. And let me give you something briefer. 10 people's salary in the Flaster House can pay 100 teachers, graduate teachers in Ghana. 10 people of them, their salary can pay 100 graduate teachers.
Whereas Mamiama is saying, we need to be responsible, pay our taxes now. You are saying, well, let's pay our taxes, but let's see what we do with the taxes.
Exactly. Because this government have never been responsible at all for what our taxes should be used for. Look at the Mahama, let me go into that, because these taxes now. Even as I speak, they are paying COVID taxes. You know they are paying COVID, they are levied to pay COVID taxes.
We're still paying. Yes.
Why is the whole world? COVID hits the whole world, right? America is rather giving incentive. I received 2,600 and stuff, right? I received some. Mahama received. But in Ghana alone, even in Togo, they were getting relief. Ghana alone, they are paying for COVID.
And we still pay.
And we very good. Yeah. Why should it be so? COVID, rather than people are giving incentive. Ghana alone, they are paying for it. That is to tell you that is too much. Recently, they came for another 3,000 signed by the president to law. They are going to take it. Have you seen it? So the taxes, the people are overburdened. Now, looking at the current economy, the situation in 2016, if you are like importer and you are importing a container of, you clear about 100,000. Today you pay 4 times 400,000. Look at it. How much are you going to get? If you bring it to the market, you have to double the price, right? That is why the people are crying. Are you not crying? People are. Don't you see people crying? Maybe you are okay, but the masses, the downtrodden, they are really crying, and salary have not been increased. Today, as I speak, look at the economy. If somebody is being paid like 500, 600 Ghana, you say 100 Ghana cannot even take you to town and Kamo, and you are paid 600 Ghana as your salary for the whole month. It means you have to stay at home.
In fact,
maybe you have to work.
Thank
you. I have even
place where they are paid 250 Ghana cedis.
Thank you. I have even given them more, right?
2.5 million.
I have even given them 500, 600. I haven't seen it to be added. And the graduate teacher is taking about 1,000 too. You can imagine. And looking at the present economy now, it means that all that they are taking is hand to mouth. They can't even do nothing. They can't save nothing. But back before in 2016, at least you could do something and save something. Have you seen it? It means the economy, things have been triple, prices and goods and services, inflation moving from 17 to 54. Even let's come down to 45. From 17 to 45, what else? Prices of goods and services have. So Baumia today, he spoke on Malata. I want Baumia to go to Malata today and shop, and then come and tell us how much you buy the goods and services. So in reality, what we are saying, the taxes, Ghanaians are overburdened with taxes, and they are suffering. And it takes only the NDC, like we did before, to come and remedy the people, to come and save them from their woes.
But Mariama, NDC wasn't squeaky clean when they were in power. There were times when issues happened, the bus branding issue, some other friend say confirm issue. We didn't say I know the 10 billion for issue, but monies were squandered. What do you think, Mama, will have different? Will have to come and do different from his previous previous stint at the presidency? What else would you want him to do when he is elected into power 2024?
Okay, before
he is elected into power 2024.
We are in Ramadan, so I'll say inshallah he will be the president. Yes. So before I dive into that, I would say that on the taxes, it's the system. Like I said before, my brother spoke. The government is burdened, and that is what is killing Ghana. Regardless of who becomes the president, I like to be honest in the way I present myself.
Is it Ghanaians who burdens the government?
It is the system.
Okay.
What we learned from the British, we have to use it differently. In the sense, like, for instance, I always like to compare Ghana with America, not in terms of how long they've been in democracy, but just living a common life.
Right.
Because I wasn't born an American, I was born a Ghanaian. Now, when you go to America, you never see anything like the military barracks right in the city. The barracks, the whole thing is built like far away, somewhere. And when they graduate, they come and live with us as individuals. They pay rent, they buy houses. But you see in Ghana, if we have about 15,000 soldiers, they are all relying on the government. Their uniforms is free, their boots are free, and for 18 years times the number of people. But America is not like that. As soon as you graduate, you are an individual. You are a worker like any other person. So we rent houses with them, and we rent apartments with them. And so they live a normal life.
They live on their own.
On their own. They have incentives, but they don't live on the government.
The government see a diamond.
No, we have a whole military barracks like the whole Medina. When you go to their base, it's like the whole of Accra. Some of them are big and bigger, if I'm not saying. And so when they graduate, they are posted certain places, or they come and live with it. Same as the police officer. Even the MPs. How can you give MPs free houses?
Now I get your point.
Give them cars. Give them houseboys. Give them housemaids. The MPs there in America, they own their houses. They rent their houses. Those who doesn't want to live, or they want to live close, they rent hotels, and they work in the city, but they go back to their their homes to live their own normal life. But here, the MPs are living free houses, free houseboy, free gate man. It's all a burden on the government. So that is when Mama was there, you could maybe, apart from those bad nuts, among every institution,
there are bad nuts.
Yes, there are bad nuts. But to me, if you in America, if you work with any company and you take a pin, you'll be sacked. There's no consideration, because once you stole something, you will do it more. So you are sacked, or you've even sacked yourself. And even coming to like attendance and stuff, you cannot sit in America and say, oh, today I'm not going to work. But in Ghana, Friday I went to a ministries, everybody has gone to market to shop.
So who doesn't work?
I see, when I was in America, I see that maybe on Fridays there's a funeral, and you see the whole entourage of MPs. Who is working and who is sitting at home? It's all a burden on the government. So I would sit down here and tell Mama that, look, when you come into power, by God's grace, spread it out. Spread the institutions out. Let things be according to what is. Don't take everything on the government. If not, no matter the amount of money that comes in, no matter the amount of money that we generate, it's going to go down the drain. It's going to go down the drain because the people, look at the schools, especially something like the schools that they said is free education. Even if it's Mama was doing, Mama had a very good plan of building the schools first, sending the schools there, doing it in a gradual process, and then we follow suit. But now we don't have the school classrooms. Kids are learning under trees. I mean, no food and all that. And I used to say this on 4-Star Radio in America, and I'll say it again. That feeding, whatever it's called, it's not a good thing for Ghana. Number one, health-wise, for giving those things to women who sit in their home and they cook the environment, the way they process the food before giving it to your kids. Parents, speak so that this thing will be changed. What I said on 4-Star Radio some years back was that if I was the first lady, this is a job for the first lady. I will take it upon myself and build canteens attached to every school and let the school handle it. When the school is paying the patron and their workers, they will cook good food for the kids. It will be monitored and, you know, in a healthy environment. And then the school will pay the people. After you build one canteen like this whole house for attached to one school, you are employing how many people? The MPP are talking 15, about employing what, 1,000 people, and you cannot even employ three people for a school, and then you give it to the feed, and you are not paying the women too, and they are yelling about. The whole system is messed up. It's messed up. Ghana needs to be fixed, and it's not about fix the country or all those things. It's about you and it's about I, and then the government needs to stand up on its own to help privatize some of these jobs to people, so that the burden on the government will be free. Then they will have the access of building the roads, hospitals, and everything. And that's my take.
Do you think? Do you think, sir, Yama, the president, and yet Ghana's current president, but the constitution here, Yama president, too much powers are. Yama, or he be checking and say suggestion, Yama Adibe. Fantastic suggestion. I mean, if you have a canteen previously, maybe you get a team tamale, let me take the Nobby School, Modern School of Business, and sometimes call dormant offense saying canteen now. And you're so nice.
Dining hall.
They have their own kitchen, and it doesn't look like that house. That's how it is again. You say you have far pragmatic policies be and you may be 20 how things are done and some regulations a bit regulating the way it's here, especially in reference to school feeding.
Very much. Like you started by saying, say, ABI Yama president, too much powers. You see, in governance, there have been always this kind of this thing. There is checks and balances. That's why we have the three arms of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. three arms of government. Each one is to make sure say Bakun supersede the other, but rather they should be checks and balances. The judiciary should be able to check the parliamentary. The parliamentary, and the parliamentary is also supposed to check the judiciary. To be bigger than the other. Into that side in it, I may say we have it, but it depends on what the government takes upon itself to run his government. When somebody wins power and you come to power, all these things are there, but they may not apply it to work. Have you seen it? Recent time, you remember, say there was a time that when after the court case, you see the Anima Ufuri, what do you call it? The Chief Justice Anima was just coming to give comments, like when people were giving comment about their 7-0 rule or 9-0 this thing, unanimous rule, said people shouldn't talk. It shouldn't be like that. We have the right to say, because checks and balances. The judiciary is not above. Are you getting it? Yeah. And those comments he was making is like he was trying to be authoritative and trying to be the above. No, it shouldn't be like that. We all have to. We have a say. And if there is something going on that is not good, the citizenry have to talk. Because you can't tell us that you be ruling 9-0, 7-0, and we can't have a say to talk about anything. Have you seen it? Yeah. The checks and balances, they will be bigger than the other. Okay. Even the executive, presidency, he has to listen to people. Have you seen it? He listen to the judiciary, listen to the parliamentary. So coming back to that, the entire Manakobasa, say, when I think everything in governance, in our country, especially in Africa, I think it has been winner takes all. We are applying with the winner takes all. So when we come into government, every contract, everywhere is given to only political parties, affiliates. Have you seen it? And to back up school feeding, MPP executives name and one organizing. Until if there is somebody who have knowledge about how to do it better, because of the brilliant idea. You see, it's a very good idea. Yes. But Mamiama, because Mamiama may not be an MPP, so they will never. He will suggest this, and nobody will listen.
It should be in the system, so that will follow you.
Yes, I'm driving at some.
Regardless of NDC or MPP.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that has been the pattern. So it's a winner takes all. So everything is them that are going to do it. So so what they say, they won't bring innovative ideas from other people. So that so what they say. Into women constituency, women organizer. No, they come
it shouldn't go through that route. It should go through the ministry and maybe minister of agri.
No, it goes through. It goes
and then
through
supplies and then chain of something like that.
Yeah, it goes through children and gender and
what
whatsoever.
I'm saying is that now it is like that, but in the future we have to leave it open. Yeah. So that it has to go through a process.
A process. You are right.
If I will chip in before you end, see, Americans have a system of delegating. The delegate job. If you go to even the most commonest supermarket, you see a supervisor standing there, just not doing anything, but watching what is going on. Ghana, we like power. Africa, we like power. We want to say it's me. I am me. And that's what is killing us. And I always say this, and I know Daddy K will be laughing. If two elephants fight, it's the ground that suffers. Continue.
So, like she was saying, it goes through the gender and what. You remember some time ago there was a problem between the Minister for Gender and Kwashiga's wife. Yeah, I remember. Because of this feeding, because I learned the woman was proposing something that they didn't like. Have you seen it? That is why she was asked. They have to terminate her appointment. Have you seen it? And that the president wasn't in agreement with that. You heard that story. You are a journalist, so you know. This is some of the things that we are facing. Is it not the same cycle that I was talking about? And when we come, we have to make sure we bring people on board too. We shouldn't be solely people that are affiliated with the party alone. People who have ideas that will bring it together and that will make things better. But look at what they cook for them, like they are saying, we all see on social media. Is that food? Will you allow your child? Me, I won't allow my child to go and eat that food because it's so abysmal and appalling. Who knows the child can even get disease from that?
My niece was here 2 days ago. It's beyond that.
And
if you hear what they go through,
the problem too is that the money they are supposed to chunk into it is not being sent.
It's not
because
there.
most of the money has gone into the pocket of the big men. And above all, look at corruption. Corruption, most of the greater money, look at auditors report, 36 billion missing. Where is that money?
Anyway.
It's in the pocket of the big men.
Right.
So-called.
4 Stars Radio and TV Sunye, we're coming to you live from Medina in Accra. These are US bloggers. Ghana blogger.
We are not bloggers, so yeah. we are Ghanaian Americans, Ghanaian Americans.
Right. So we are having fun.
Right, Daniel.
Talking to Mabiama and Wafayao. Yeah. Both of them you've been hearing of on 4 Stars Radio and TV in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeni brani na also Wafayao. Sorry, no baby. Enti Mabiama so na Bibiza said, going forward, what are you expecting after 2024 election? Whichever way I don't want to be controversial. But after 2024, what sort of Ghana would you want to see? Nyama Ben, I'll be expecting to see a message. Send a bear, a bit to me, I bring Ghana some future going forward.
2024, John Dramani Mahama is going to win. And when he wins, there are so many things. It needs a whole purging. It's a purging system. Number one, Adia Bakwa, Mehua, Mempe, Ghana. What happens to all the NDC MPs now? Mama Nisuna, they've left them redundant. Amunye Juma. That system, no. And then me soon sumunka. Most of the MPs need more positions, na MPP bar no way you munyina munkrofo NDC for nedi na NDC bar no also abayi we no medi na omo afọ munkrofo.
Is that not like that in the US?
No.
Changes the secretaries.
No. There are changes, but obi wo ha why ejuma for 47 years. As a government appointment. And that's what I'm talking about. In the government appointments and all that. The system of Ghana Nipia is entitled to work. Now, so we'll create 1,000 jobs a year. Those who you've left them redundant, all these years.
Because the system of I was talking about.
Yes, because when my say Omo in the next 4 years, ebi omunya the same position be know I said dine obesi a won't see. They be so the pakono enye a competent then what fire the pakono but so a competent chip in and then what is it shuffle the system. So the be sabi obia ano ebekone nsabekona no eno na ebe stop krono number 1 because and after aketua number 2 yen tutu aketua no mu number 3 me buy some last year me hu bibi na me ya like the electoral system no my workers cast no dia anante from houses to houses to check the meters. As time goes on, I pray you do hard here, but my bumper say a system no, it's reached from every Medina station. You pay and then I mean some you prepay no, but still there are illegal system and so many water connections and all that thing. Sandy money in a yeja, ebema omano who ton kakra. And now so your marketplaces are so terrible and economy it starts from the market. It's young beauty decent market for this market women. You will money see a congested place na asiko na abana side or disika akotumu na and also asiko. Wow, for how long are we going to continue like that? All those congested lines in here, we don't need that. We need a decent market like a after their mama. Miniano, this time around, focus on their dance, the 30s and the hours. This is something that I really need because Sabi, every focus is on the Ashantis and they are not helping out. Oba yom we free to say Ghana me dey be come me adeni and I'll speak for my people and I'll fight for my people. When I come to live in Ghana, I'm going to Adan to stand as an MP. Yes, to fight for my people because it's not going to happen. Yet been translated. Uko si KJT wo aflawa anka before you besa ana wo akosia wo KJT no mudidi watam. Omo say nya wo na wo ye. Enti wo ba hwe ye kakra e show no fire crofo no. There are fishery so we should encourage it. Now there are so many things your house mama America, this will not happen. This will never happen. We should make the system flow and the system will build itself. What I'm saying is that it's an overall thing. Regardless whether it's mama, you did agro, but regardless, say mama, after the bas brand, mama, Sadia no media, mampe, because I hanya Togo, no, all the pictures are better. Sorry.
For your final comment, what would you want to see come 2024? Whoever wins as president, say NDSU, MPP, what kind of Ghana would you want to see in 2024?
Thank you very much. As it stands right now, I may say we need a redeemer. So what I'll tell Ghanaians is that the only alternative will be the NDC, because the current government, of the situation, any the Omababeye, who say it's not helping. This was a government that campaigned for try me. He tried several times, 2 times, the 3rd time said try me, but we are so nervous. He say who say Ghana for to be honest with you, because if you look at Mahama Amamwo in 2016, before Obeba Abem, what Mahama have done and where we have reached as a country before he was taken over, he made sure say or render say useless. Mahama was incompetent. That's the word he used for him. Incompetent means you're not doing the thing where it's like you don't have the brain to do the job. So leave it for somebody who has the brain to come and do it. It's just like in 2016, what I was looking at it was that it's like the whole country rallied behind Akufo-Addo and Bawumia for a revolution. Revolution means change for the better. That is it. So it means that Mahama's government was not good at all. That was how they saw it. And that is how the picture they put it to the people. The campaign they gave the people. Mahama was corrupt. He was incompetent.
So
he was not doing.
Now we expected something better.
Something better than exactly something better than Mahama's governor. Yeah, governor. That is it.
It's true.
And that was what Ghanaians were hoping for. That is why they gave Mahama Akufo-Addo that massive endorsement.
Yes.
Of which today they speak and tell us, Akufo-Addo beat him with 1 million votes and see that. But also a journalist, it is something that recurs in their mouth every day. Have you seen it? Because of the cajoling words, the persuasive words, a sugar dead and I should no more in some kind. It's like he was bringing heaven to Ghanaians.
Yes.
But today, as I speak, he has taken them to hell, the gate of hell, west. Are you getting it? So this is the two different things. If you look at Mahama's, everybody saw Mahama as bad at that time before election 2016. I tell you, he was corrupt. His governance was the bad ever that we have never seen. But today, as I speak, like I'm telling you today, they were bringing heaven. Today, they have done it worse. Because if you compare in 2016, our living condition, like I made it before, inflation was 70%. They say it was bad. They have never seen it before. Today is what? It went to 54.1. It's now, they say 45. 45 needs 70 there in the year. It made goods and services as keep on escalating.
So what do you want to see?
So
after 2024?
What after 2024? We get, that is why as I speak right now, Ghanaians want us to go back to 2016 with where Mahama left us, because they have seen that this is not helping us. So we rather go back to where Mahama was, where he left us because he left government. That's why they are crying for him to come back, so that at least things will go back a little. We are not saying that Mahama's time it was a complete heaven, but at least we were feeling a little bit okay, because now under Mahama Akufo-Addo and Maumia said Ghanaians were suffering. You heard it right? Ghanaians are suffering. Maumia and Market Mime are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. Today, what is happening?
Sounding like Mahama in the campaign.
And today, teacher trainees are dying. Nurses are dying. Employers are dying. Importers are dying, and every Ghanaian is dying. We need salvation, and Mahama is the only redeemer to come and redeem us and salvage us from these woes. Because what we have seen in 2016 is drivers are suffering. Today, drivers are buying the petrol of gallon was 14 Ghana cedis. Today, it's 50 something to 60. A liter of gallon petrol now is a full gallon in 2016. Which one is good? So the driver is today dying. You say he was suffering. Suffering and dying, which one is good? Ghanaians prefer to suffer than to die. So they want to go with Mahama in 2015 so that they will suffer rather than die under Akufo-Addo and Bawumia.
Finally, Brandon also and from the US. What would you want to tell them? Final comments. Which will be in Chianafi and I am.
Pichia Daddy K, any Foster Asafaka, any Dr. Kwampa, my love. Anyway, but the thing is that Ghana for Yawa Abroche, the system that we have, Abroche Ninao, Munim say Boyen, Emma Yen Bidi, Emma Yaboa, Yadibi Boefie. But some moon stop us have bad influence, you know, for not letting our people follow their hearts or follow what they see on the grounds. Media metihe be pese me you know me did in the government, so it made me feel comfortable as a student and as a Ghanaian. And satam na uko baby a ya boldin so ya Ghanaian ya sorry etu chema ya say ye din ena ye ti amanone no ye na ye kire ye nkrofo what party to follow and what leave the people to vote. Omuna muti aha eno munim munja bad influence no na yema ye omusu ndi dirty sasa yeso ye di there say obeko supermarket wakoto wade na wabefie you have your own car akoda esi so a onyi no di 17 a owejuma obeye owone car. They grow up into the system. Eboa, obi nchire akoda de obeye wa abroche munim. Mu wo mamunim. Etiba mo mfrefre fie emma mo say mu vote ma MPP, mu vote ma MP. MPP is not the only party in Ghana. Let's live as Ghanaians. And I make catch up on especially. Mona Maya Ghana at the Senate, but you are living luxuriously there. Sekitwa pona obenya a song. Eti yesu ya pese ye mama no ne papa no wa ha no. They live according to Sana Moody free ham. Ghana enye do Ghana e hareho. What I see with my eyes no enye ye ti ho no eti no ade ba kwa meka chese ye wo ne ye be vote a let's vote on and we have the right. Say do election time onyo bi na ka chese we go there we see what the people are talking about. We vote for teachers. I am voting commissioners. You voting my police for police commissioner. Yes, where we have that thing. But I have no muntimi or munya sadiano. Nasi a form so mumma munya di omoso here. There we have authority. You go to the school, check the environment and everything before what recommend it. Even Boko High Diana, you look for where there are good schools. And son of Wako High Dino. You are not even allowed to go to the school to because you see bed box. You see bed box. I school mama.
Yeah, they won't allow you.
Because you see bed box. I school mama. I don't want to so and upon a bed no mas there. One child dear moya no. Na mama gana for one tom. No munya dear what's up mufata. When you're on the ground, you know where to vote. And you remember to be baby or in the cocoa committee. Meanwhile, your vote is your power. Oh, Ghana for to say what so. One tear the microphone cano. Do you obey to my mouth? So, for beer, you know, it's for driver on your own person or person is your mouth, or person driver. It's your dinner, Mudia Dada, you're caught into 8 years of slavery. Why should it be so? It's you, it's your power, it's your vote. I don't know.
Over here, Mama Dasi, over here, final comments.
have your final comments. You dedicate the final comments. The show with me.
And see the comments also mean fancy or man.
We have
now the comments now. My final comment. Okay, thank you very much. The final comment in the mechanic say like the way I was saying, Ghana food in NTA. I did make Canada or Foster Radio. The time has come. We need a change. Ghana need a change. Like I told you, people are dying now. Under Mahama in 2016, they were suffering. Today, people are dying. And every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the country can attest to this fact. Come 2024 next year. In 2016, look at it how it was. Before Akufo-Addo and Bawumia were cajoling you with words, they were bringing heaven. Today they brought you hell. You are just at the entrance of your grave to be buried. And if you don't want, you don't need to be buried there. Please, Yemo Modian say, Nyame so ya yadum say, candidate now omu vilify and so much so on yadia. And then Ghana for nyina sufre no. And ya Mahama no beso be di president biomo. But Ghanaians Ghana for so womra back. Na pape afeni ye hu say, na wo ye Nyankopon mum. Yesi na wo nye nti ye ntu ntia. What they say? And omu mobilize omu drivers there no manka. And then omu drivers omu to be bo dwa. Omu say Mahama yesu beje obo. Obi ehu na obi ane e ton petrol o ton my 14 Ghana yes uti more than and e ton say 60 Ghana. What they say? Look at the difference. A gallon of petrol under Mahama today is a liter of petrol 14 Ghana cedis. Oba dey no akwa ba the drivers in combo omu pon a omu di ni nyina akọ filling station akọ fill car no near the sales na command driver owner the omu be di ahwe omu ma a problem. What they say? Everybody is feeling it. Salary has not been increased, the same thing. And only government appointees are enjoying. Because ye nyina ye feel it. And about me and person come ala tajom. No go turn in near manu biom no say how much will he buy tomato? One so ntimi ko hobium. Ka market for no man be china bono. Because original say you so work and malata market my wife cannot go and no ko hobium no go share price of tomato. One so ntimi ko ho. One so amounting any platform to talk about the economy again. Because he had rounded the economy into tatters. Have you seen it? 14 the exchange rate was what? It was 3.9 when we were leaving government. They saying acquire do 15 so Ghana acquire do 15 and then 12 12 or 11 so it's almost have you seen the whole thing? The CD has depreciated so much 12 13 have you seen it? And you look at the gap very good but it's not helping the people. Have you seen it? And you look at the gap. Have you seen it? Everything has been widened. All that Bawumia have said was just book economics. Today, people have seen people that have rendered themselves to be the repository of all knowledge. That is how Akufo-Addo and Bawumia saw themselves, including the MPP Thai government. We have them, and today Mahama is their station boys. He's right. So what should we do? What we need is that there should be a change, and they have to vote for the NDC and Mahama. God willing, Mahama will win the primaries come 13th May. He will be the flag bearer of the NDC. And I'm telling Ghanaians that they should vote for him as they are calling him to come back. He's also ready to come out to remedy, to salvage, to make sure say wabeji omaino aside am omaina in the track so I call send an SSA ko tell na no kita omaina fa no obesa be ye ni bio enti Ghana fo nyina yenka ye nyina humbom na make sure say ya to aba no boom ama president. They are trying to put things in murder like breaking the 8. Breaking the 8, we have seen your job already. It's unsatisfactory. The worst ever government we have ever seen is this government in terms of performance. The worst ever. I may say I will use it. They say this was incompetent. They are useless because the management of the economy
will say they are begging for the word, but they will not get it.
Yes, they are begging for the word. So meanwhile, the only word I use is useless because I don't know any adjective I can use to qualify them. It is also useless. Because if Mahama is incompetent, things that he has done, and we have seen building schools, hospitals, what the cheap compounds, roads and stuff. So as I'm landing now, all that I will say is that as at now, the only panacea to our multiple economic problems is the NDC to come to power January 2027 with Mahama to restart the country and build it for us.
Who will you say hi to?
Okay, so all that I will say is I want to say hi to all NDC, especially to my branch chairman, Chairman Bafo, Mr. Ansa, Mr. Naughty, Mr. Mensa, our largest warrior, our secretary, and my own good friend, Alima Silva, including all NDC members in the USA. I greet all of you. This is Wofaya. And a special greetings to my former boss, who is Issa Abudu. He was the youth organizer and I was the deputy youth organizer. And I was going for a communication, and you know what I do. I don't qualify to be a deputy communication officer.
Of course you do.
But they say they didn't. They gave it to somebody because I didn't pay some money and stuff. But I am. People have spoken to me, so I decided to pay this. And though I have reported to the chief, the big men, so I'm okay. But you know what I do. So don't I qualify to be a deputy communication? I didn't say I'm going for communication officer. Deputy. I've been communicating on your radio, every radio from 2015 up to now. I deserve it. But may rest you on that. May the man penny for no someone come as a man. May see a moon channel moon settle bibina say Missy can be German, but I need the media to.
What I was your call you?
May mammy go.
Miss Widasi, thank you so much.
Finally, and to see you.
It's an honor to see you one-on-one.
Yeah,
thank you so much. God bless you.
First Stars Radio and TV Sunye, within the Black Sam, Mutie Mamiama, na Mutie, Wofaya so. Nadia, if you're the workers and you buy. Mr. Once again, if you've not subscribed to our channel on YouTube, 4 Stars Radio and TV on YouTube, or what you subscribe to mine. Now follow our Facebook and your social media channels also. Now, and the public video at the map. Once again, it's blessed. Thank you so much for watching.